All right, gang, welcome. And this is the virtual environment that we're going to deal with in a few of my courses. So I'm going to stop and start this as we go through it. I will have provided everybody the link, and you can see the URL up here at the top of the window. So there's the link to get to Florida CyberHub. From there, I've provided you with an email address and a password for you to log in to the virtual environment. All right. That is specific to you. Do not share it with anybody, and it will expire when we end the course. Okay. So with that said, use the email address that I provided you. And I also gave you a passcode to get in. And you'll sign in, and it's going to take you to their virtual environment. So it's a Citrix connection. And essentially what that means is the services are running on a server. We just end up with a very light front end, and we don't have those things running on our machine, but it'll be just like us being able to access these virtual machines. Similar to what if you were in a course using virtual machines in MindTap, similar kind of concept. Now, this multi-monitor setup is a big deal because it'll allow you to look at multiple machines at a single given time on multiple monitors. I don't want them to ask me again, and yes, I do want this permission. Okay, I'll go ahead and let it do pop-ups and everything else because it needs them to be able to do what it's got to do. Now, that's got me in this environment. We're going to use enterprise security. Now, enterprise essentially means it's a comprehensive network. Since it's an enterprise or a comprehensive network, we're able to manipulate multiple machines. So if I spin up this environment, and it may take you a few minutes the first time, I think it took me 2 minutes the first time I got in here. Here's how we're going to address this. I'm filming this or recording this for multiple courses. Now, server 1, I'm going to use in 2792. Server 2, I'm going to use in 2793 and or 2794. These already have server installed on them. The only option I have for you to be able to go through a scenario to install server is if you have a system that allows you access to do an install like that. For instance, if you went to the Innovation Lab at Lake Worth campus, there we've got the ability for you to do an installation of Windows Servers 2022 on an actual machine. A virtual install, but an install nonetheless. I think you could probably access a machine with the help of the lab manager over in the bachelor's building on Lake Worth as well. That's a possibility. You would have to reach out to Ariel or the lab manager over there to see what can be done there. Aside from that, if you have specific versions of Win11 or Win10, you can install Hyper-V and do an install. Okay. Now, I'm not going to do a fresh install in this course, but at this point, we have access to a Windows client system. I don't know if this is Win 10 or Win 11. We've got Win 2022 server. So this server 01 is 2792 course. Win server 02 is 2793 and 2794. Now, it's not saying that there won't be things, if you're in 2793, that I have you do over here. This is just, I'm doing this because if I've got students that are in both courses at the same time, which I do, tasks that are assigned in 2792 will be accomplished here. 2793 here. There may be some overlap to where they're both being used by both courses, but we'll deal with that as we come to them. I'll have videos walking you through, explaining what we're going to do as we go through these. So for 2792, I'm going to have you go through and explore this. What about, I think, Module 2, Module 3. All right. For 2793, you'll have tasks to do on or about Module 2 and 3. Configuring this server. Okay. So, with that said, other videos will be about the specific tasks that we have to perform. Any questions? Reach out to me. It's just a matter of logging in. Save your login credentials. Don't share them with anybody. And I'll see you in a future video.